Record there. Thank you, Jem. So, welcome everyone to the Virtual League of Opportunities Part 2 of June 2025. And I invite you all to watch the recording of Part 1 if you were not there. It was a really good call yesterday. So basically, I would like to start with just a quick summary of what we intend to have our members speaking about, and it's just for us to learn about the individual, about their company, their industry they're working on, how their company is shifting or is adapting to the changes of that industry, and of course, if there are any particular opportunity they want to bring up, that's always welcome for the benefit of our members. And today we have a busy schedule, so but let me start with Stephen Nikokiri, since Doug and Stephen were already exchanging some words, and I totally agree with Doug, Stephen. There are two there were two moments in the last couple of weeks that I really appreciate what you're doing, and one was when you were in one of our League of Extraordinaries, and you recommended one of our members to connect to one of the local New York members who wasn't in the call, but you were thinking about her. And the other time was yesterday when you were talking about the New York chapter. You're part of what Susan and Charles are doing there, and so you were promoting the chapter, promoting the events. That's very really good for the chapter and for the members at the end. So, Stephen, the floor is yours. Let us know more about you, about Cbiz, and how we can help you.
Okay, please interrupt me or cut me off. I think I only have a few minutes, and I'll be respectful of my time. But thank you, and hello, everybody. I've only been a member of the Global Chamber for maybe 6-7 months, and it's been, really a great experience. And I've been trying to be very actively involved, as well, offering up my office for meetings, and it's a pleasure to do that. I don't know if everyone was on the call yesterday, so we are having an event, an in-person event in New York City on Monday, the 23rd, at the offices of Wells Fargo. I would, if anybody knows anybody or is going to be in town, we welcome everybody and hope, anyone is in New York, we'd love to have you. I think it'll be a great meeting. One of the economists from Wells Fargo will be speaking, and my understanding is he's a dynamic speaker, and hopefully he'll bring some insights into the craziness of the world that we're in. But just as far as me and Cbiz is really, I don't know if you've not heard of it. It's an accounting and consulting firm. It's really been a roll-up where Cbiz has been buying up. If you know anything about most industries, there's a lot of consolidation going on, and Cbiz is no stranger to that. Cbiz recently, the biggest acquisition in its history, Cbiz acquired a firm called Markham, which was a huge acquisition. Markham was the 13th largest firm in the country. Cbiz was the 11th largest firm in the country, and we combined. Now we're the 7th largest firm in the country, with a strict focus on middle market and middle market companies and the owners of those companies. And that integration is going to take some time. For example, there's 3 New York City offices right now within Markham. We have about 1,200 people in total, but we're in 3 offices, which makes no sense at all. And but there were leases that are signed, and probably within a year, I'm hoping that we're all integrated into one office. But my practice is, and our practice is serving middle market companies and the owners of those companies. The Global Chamber connection is obvious because while we're serving middle market companies, we know you don't need to be a Fortune 1000 company to do business all over the world. And we have $8 or $10 million companies doing business all over the world. I have a $3 million company doing business all over the world, and so we are very, very much interested in interacting with people and businesses around the world. Just a few examples of some interactions that I've had globally. I think I might have mentioned 1 or 2. One is a company called Alpargatas, which is a Brazilian flip-flop company, which is a large publicly traded company in Brazil. And about 12 or 15 years ago, they were coming to New York. And luckily, we got introduced by their attorney, and we helped them come. They started in Florida, and we helped them find a real estate agent to find some space. We got them all the ID numbers they needed to file their tax returns. We introduced them to insurance brokers and all the different, and we did bookkeeping and accounting for them. And we continue to do, we don't need to do the bookkeeping and accounting anymore because they're now, doing over $100 million in the US, but we're doing their corporate tax work and giving them some tax structuring and advice. Another client of mine was a UK coffee house. I might have mentioned this about 7-8 months ago. They raised about 10 or $15 million in the UK, and they're expanding in the US, called Coffee House. And we were fortunate enough to get introduced by their attorney. They have right now 2 locations in New York City, and they're planning to open, probably 12 or 15 locations in the US over the next 3 or 4 years. Again, we help them not just with their accounting. They couldn't find a bank. They needed to open up a bank account in the US. And while they use Santander Bank in the UK, they were not happy with Santander Bank, and they didn't want to use them in the US. And they called all the big money center banks. They called, all the names you could think of, and every one of them declined to open up a bank account because they were too small. Luckily through my connections, I got them introductions to 2 banks that were more than happy to open up bank accounts, and they decided to go with TD Bank. And so they've been now banking with TD Bank, and hopefully that's going well. Again, I don't know if I take too much time. Caesar, please stop me if I am. We do, again, the firm has got a lot of tentacles, and I don't have enough time to get into all of them. But just really love to speak to anybody. If anyone knows anybody that wants to come into the United States or come into New York City and is just curious about doing business, wants to understand any tax issues or business issues, I would love to have a conversation with them, no obligation whatsoever, at no cost. I'd be happy to spend an hour or 2 with anybody, either on the phone or in person, and just listen to any questions they have and try to give them any advice that I can to help them in their journey.
Thank you, Stephen. I like the examples of the Brazilian and British companies. That's great. Let's try to do a question or 2. Any questions or comments for Stephen?
Hey, Cesar, this is Pankaj. Stephen, thank you. You are in New York, so we are in North Carolina, Charlotte. We are a VC fund manager working with multiple companies. We are a NVIDIA member. We are working with a big NVIDIA for multiple initiatives. Any of your clients looking for raising a funds, we can help. So we just
yes, no, I know. Remember you? I think we spoke a couple of months ago, and I did, give your information to one of my clients, and I guess if they didn't reach out to you, I'm sorry, but I think we did speak.
Yes, so anyone already we are working multiple projects around the world. So we only the FDI guy, money guy, we can help only the money. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Pankaj. And I see Nikhil. Raise your hand. Hi, Nikhil. How are you?
All good, all good. Thank you so much, Mr. Caesar. Thank you so much, Mr. Doug and Mr. Stephen. Thank you for a wonderful introduction, Mr. Stephen. It's a coincidence that we met up around hardly 2 weeks ago for one of my client companies, APC. And I think I thank you for your time, Mr. Stephen, which you spent over there. I think I'm more interested to know the event which is happening at Wells Fargo tomorrow. I mean, one of your friends is the speaker there. What's the topic about? I mean, I could get one of my men to go down there and be a part of that.
Yes, I mean, the topic is really, it's a general economic update of what's going on in the world as we speak. And, he's going to include, some of the current, just the current trends, where they see the economy going locally and globally, and also touch on the tariff situation, for people that are dealing with that. It's going to be 4:30, it's starting, and it's going to end about 7 p.m.
We already connected by mail. If you could just mail me the details of the event, I would like to have a quick run through it and see if I could send one of my men down there.
Yes, there should be an invite on the website. It should be there.
I just put the link in the chat, the link to the event tomorrow.
It's going to be a great event where we're expecting 70 to 80 people, and it should be small enough that people can answer questions. And I'd love to have anyone, any of your associates would be great. For them to come, and hopefully they could find me and we could share a drink on me.
That's so generous of you, Mr. Stephen, as usual. No, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get one of my men down there. I'm going to see if he or she could attend it. Specifically, it's a she. So I think yes, Mr. Caesar, if I could kindly request you to share that link also on our GC group, on the WhatsApp group. That I will send it. Yeah, sounds
Thank
great.
you.
And, thank you. And Mr. Stephen, just as a
So
last
Nikhil, I see Jaime also has his hand raised, so I need to move forward. Can we give Jaime a minute?
Oh,
And
my
maybe you can
please,
reconnect
please.
with Stephen offline.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Nikhil. Jaime, welcome.
Thank you very much. Hello, guys. Stephen, just a quick question for you. Probably you can, in 1 or 2 minutes, explain a little about your background, just to know you better.
Me personally?
Yeah, yes,
Oh,
where
okay.
you have
Again,
been before you
I
started.
actually
Cbiz,
I have
or-
a, you know, I grew up in Queens, blue collar family, youngest of 3. Went to Queens College, was a baseball player, played college baseball, enjoyed that. I turned my baseball uniform in for an accounting uniform, and I started my career at PwC. I was at PwC for 7 years in New York City, and I've been now at Cbiz, a legacy Cbiz firms for over 35 years. An audit guy, very hands-on and very consultative.
No, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you.
Jaime. Great question. So thank you, Stephen. Please feel free to leave your contact details in the chat. And we're gonna move now to the next speaker, and that's gonna be Adam O'Connor from Year Inc. Adam, I don't know, I'm not sure where you're based exactly, and you can tell us a little bit more about that, but I know Year is a company all around the world doing a lot of work in Asia, and on nearshoring and tech solutions like that. So welcome, Adam.
Thanks, Caesar. Yeah, I'm actually based in St Albans, but I'm only in near London in the UK. But I'm only actually here probably around 3 months of the year. The rest of the time I'm traveling, as the guys were talking about traveling earlier on. But I've literally just got back from Vegas, and it's a little bit hot in London, but nothing like it was in Vegas when I was there last week for a conference. So we're Gear Inc. We are a BPO company and a call center. We've got 24 different locations around the world, and we cover 75 different languages. We work with AI and improve people on customer service on some of their chat. We work with a lot of social media companies as well for online safety and helping people with their online things. Our customers range from anybody from a small business who are looking to outsource 1 or 2 people, all the way up to some really giants with quite a lot. We've currently got around about 7,000 staff in total around the world. And we're seeing within the industry a lot of AI come in, which I'm sure is happening with a lot of industries. And we're trying to be at the forefront of that as well by bringing in some AI agents and helping people to get that into their systems. As the Chief Commercial Officer, I run all of the sales and the commercial aspects of Gear. We have teams all around the world, as we said. Ed, who is one of my VPs, who's based in Singapore, he's also a member of the Global Chamber. I think you had him in last week or the week before. And we're just looking essentially for people who are looking to either expand their customer support into 24/7 or add different languages, and companies that are looking to expand and get some help with that. So that's I'm trying to be pretty quick, Caesar, rather than take the 10 minutes up. So if anybody has any questions or would like to know anything else, please feel free to reach out to me.
I would like to start with that question,
Sure.
Adam. I remember when I was onboarding your colleague from Gear, she mentioned something about the gaming industry. Like you were very, very strong in that. Can you explain a little bit more on that?
Yeah, so we work with a few gaming firms and we look after their communities in terms of content moderation. So when the way that the world has moved on now, when you're playing games, there's obviously a lot of chat going on and voice messages going on, and we actually monitor all of that, make sure that everything's legal that's going on. Similar with social media, dating apps, all of that kind of thing. But the gaming industry is one of our big ones as well, where we work. So we're on the back end. You don't really see us, but we're making sure that everything's safe for people to play on. So
Awesome. That's very interesting because it's really a growing industry. So
it is, yeah.
so I see Nikhil again. Nikhil, go ahead. Question.
My apologies. I was just studying up on Gearing. Quite an impressive profile, Mr. Adam, I must say. I have just had the modest opportunity to be there in London, Birmingham, and particularly Manchester. Next time I'm there, I'm definitely going to meet you. I might have a few positive, opportunities for us to work upon, and I think it's impressive what you're doing out there. And congratulations. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Nikhil. Appreciate
And
it.
I can make sure to make the connection. Thank you, Nikhil. And Paola, I was actually thinking about you, Paola, and so I'm glad to see you here. Welcome. We cannot hear you, Paola. I think your headsets are not connected.
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Better. Okay. Cool. So Adam, it's very nice to hear about you. I just met you. I mean, I haven't been in another conference before with you, I guess. So I was wondering, where is your call center based, and what are the strengths on a customer service? Like, what kind of industry are you providing services to?
So we've got call centers in 24 different countries across Europe, Asia, South America, North America. We cover 75 different languages, a lot of the languages in Asia that people struggle to find, but also obviously the European languages as well. Um, and our customer base and verticals are gaming industry, social media, but we also do some work with some automotive people for customer service. We do some work with some law firms. We do some work with some construction firms. So it's a really wide range. It's really hard for me to give you a specific segment. And also the demographic of our customers is very wide as well. So it's from really small companies where we're supporting maybe 4 or 5 people within the whole company, all the way up to real big conglomerates with thousands of staff. So it just depends. And we try and identify the solution for each of those people and work with them.
Okay, cool. Because I have a call center in Mexico. I don't know if you guys have one here. Might be very possible. But it could be fun to talk about and see how we can
Sure.
collaborate. Okay.
Sure. Yeah, for sure.
Thank you.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, perfect. Thank you, Paola. Any other question or comments? And if not, then Adam, thank you very much. I also made a note to connect you with our UK team, in
Great.
case you haven't yet, because they have a monthly call and I think they have a summer barbecue in July. So definitely connect you with them and see what opportunities are.
Thanks, Caesar. Thanks, everyone. Thank you.
Perfect. So now let's move now to next speaker, based in the UAE, Awais Shubtai from Gateway UAE. Awais, welcome. How are you?
Thank you, Cesar. I'm doing good, thanks. Hi, everyone. Morning, evening, afternoon. Here it's evening. So, um, my name is Awais Shuktai, and I work as the general manager, also known as Chief Growth Guru at Gateway Group. We're based in Abu Dhabi, and a little bit about myself is I've spent over 15 years in business development, working with international clients in diverse sectors. Prior to Gateway Group, I served as the Trade Commissioner of Canada in the UAE, and I also held a leadership role at the Canadian Business Council Abu Dhabi. So I've always been involved in business networking and collaborations. So I've been passionate about helping businesses expand into new markets, and that's exactly what brought me to Gateway Group, which is an organization that aligns perfectly with my values of integrity, service, and growth. Um, So the business setup and the consulting industry in the UAE is evolving rapidly, with the UAE positioning itself as a global hub for innovation, sustainability, and trade. There's a noticeable shift towards ease of doing business. So UAE ranks very highly in the ease of doing business index because of the streamlined processes, reduced costs, investor-friendly policies and reforms, and this is creating a huge surge in foreign business interest. There are specific sector-specific free zones, so AI, gaming, green energy, biotech, defense and aerospace, you name it, they offer compelling incentives. Um, and there's dual expansion strategy. So companies now looking at UAE not just as a local market, but as a springboard to the broader MENA, North Africa, Africa and Asia. Um, Here's a curious insight. In the past year, we've seen a sharp rise in creative AI, clean tech, and digital health companies entering the UAE sectors. These are the sectors that weren't considered peripheral, but now are priority areas for national development. I'd like to ask a question to the audience. Did you know that the UAE is home to over 200 nationalities and more than 85% of the population are expats? It's one of the most international business environments in the world. Um, this is for the audience. So what's the first word that comes to your mind when you think of doing business in the UAE? Type your answers in the chat box if you'd like to participate. Global, okay.
One word, right?
Wonderful opportunities, culture, okay. Middle East, okay. Growth, investment, very good. Oh, restricted, okay. Sand, big projects, beach.
Beach.
Keep it coming, Doug. Yeah, silent, okay. Did you know that they're opening Disneyland in Abu Dhabi? Yeah.
I
Okay.
knew, yeah.
Good.
I somehow I'm following Jazz Island on social media, and they have all
Okay.
these actors doing the promotion, and it's all the time they're just growing a
Yeah.
lot. It's doing a lot.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
very interesting.
Benjamin said difficult market. I'd like to know more. I'd like to help you, Benjamin. I'd like to clear your doubts about it. So basically, a Gateway Group, my company, is a leading company formation and market entry specialist in the UAE, and we help international businesses set up their operations, whether that's on the mainland, the free zone, or even offshore. But we go just beyond incorporation. We offer local nominee partnerships for full legal compliance, corporate bank account opening and assistance, corporate tax and VAT registration, accounting and bookkeeping services, visa and immigration support, and also B2B matchmaking and trade delegation facilitation. So you can think of us as an enabler, your strategic partner on the ground, ensuring your market entry is smooth, compliant, and successful. So who I'm looking to connect with? I'm looking to connect with trade promotion agencies, embassies and chambers who support local companies exploring the UAE. I'm looking to connect with companies in the growth sectors like energy, clean tech, health tech, agri innovation, defense and aerospace, um, and advisors and consultants. So who need a reliable local partner for their clients expanded into the UAE. So lawyers, accountants, and corporate service providers. If you're in a position to refer, collaborate, or co-create value in the UAE, we'd love to talk. As a special incentive for global chamber members, I'm happy to offer a 30-minute free consultation to assess your market entry readiness. Whether you're just curious to know about this market or ready to take action, we're here to guide you. Um, and that's it. Thanks for your time. I hope I gave you useful insights into the UAE, and hopefully we can support your global expansion. So feel free to connect. I'm going to share my Linktree link in the chat box, so please feel free to connect with me. Thank you.
Thank you, Wise, and and thanks for the opportunity. I'm just putting that in the chat as well. The 30 minutes free consultation. Quick question: are there any difference to consider when we said Dubai versus Abu Dhabi or any other of the Emirates?
Dubai is the pretty face or pretty sexy woman, that's on the front side, right? And Abu Dhabi is the older gentleman holding the purse, holding the money, if that makes sense. So Dubai is all
Interesting.
about flashy bling, uh, you know, all that you see, the glitter. But Abu Dhabi is where the money is where the capital is. We call it the capital of the capital.
Wise,
Perfect.
hi, my name is Stephen Kukiris again. I'd love to take you up on your offer for a consultation.
Sure,
I have a
absolutely.
client in particular that is a branded apparel company in the men's space, very, very growing company that are opening up, locations all over the world. They opened up in Paris and they opened up in the UK. And I think,
Mhm.
I'm not sure, but again, I don't control this, but I know the UAE sounds like it should be at least considered. Is there opportunities for, mid-sized retailers to open up, men's menswear, those kind of things? Is that an opportunity or is that not one?
there is always an opportunity. There are malls opening up. There are big projects, infrastructure, shopping malls. They're always opening, and there are big players like, just to name a few, which is the Apparel Group and the Landmark Group, and there's a Lebanese family group, Shaloub Group. These are all brand, and also Al Shaya, the Kuwaiti, the very famous Kuwaiti retail giants. So they all have representation. They represent different retail brands in the region, and yes, there is obviously an opportunity for something which is different, something which is niche, something which is innovative. UAE has got a good appetite for something which is innovative and trendy and fashionable, and yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Perfect. So thank you very much, always, and we look forward. Well, I see Nihil. Nihil, can you be quick, please, on the question so we move forward? Nihil, I think you're mute.
You can just call me Nick. You can just call me Nick, Mr. Caesar. Thank you. That's better and short. And I can see that you offer visa packages, which is interesting. We have a lot of visa packages being inquired, not just in UAE. I mean, I represent a firm which is one of the top 100 lawyers of UK, with offices in London, Manchester, Birmingham, and Leicester. And I think I might have a mutually beneficial opportunity for you, Mr. Awais, Mr. Chugtai, sorry. And I think, and also from Australia, because I work in the immigration sector for one of my law firms from both Australia and UK. We'll connect offline. Thank you.
Okay, sure. Anytime.
Thank you. And thank you,
Thank you,
anyways,
everyone.
again.
Thank you.
It was a great one. Thanks. Now,
Thanks.
we have a particular opportunity from Thunderbird School of Global Management, and Danish Habib is here today with us. Danish, are you there? There you go. Oh, we cannot hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Perfect. Hello, everyone. Thank you for allowing me to join the meeting today. I'm here with Thunderbird School of Global Management. My name is Danish Habib. I'm the Associate Director of Recruitment Outreach. I've been with Thunderbird for just over 2.5 years now. Prior to Thunderbird, I was working for a school in Canada where I was responsible for international recruitment, and my markets were countries in the Middle East, Africa, and also Pakistan. So today I'm here to speak about an opportunity exclusively for Global Chamber members. We are excited to offer an exclusive scholarship for fall 2025. So how this works is we are offering an application fee waiver for any of our graduate programs and scholarships towards these programs. To qualify for this opportunity, you have to be an employee or a member of Global Chamber, and you have to gain admission into one of Thunderbird's graduate degree programs. A little bit about Thunderbird. I won't go into too much detail, but Thunderbird is an excellent school for any globally minded professional across private, public, and non-for-profit sectors. Our degrees are one-of-a-kind career advancing programs, and it's a great opportunity to meet other globally minded individuals because Thunderbird's network is bigger than Phoenix, bigger than Arizona and the United States. It is truly a global network. So not only is it a great professional development opportunity, it's an opportunity to connect with individuals from all over the world. Why Thunderbird? Like I said, Thunderbird has over the years been known as a global leader. In 2013, the school merged with Arizona State University. So now Thunderbird is one of Arizona State University's colleges. So we are the Global Management and Leadership School. And some of the rankings that we're known for is International Trade by QS. And you can see some of the other institutions that we are ranked ahead of. So I'm here specifically speaking about these programs. So I will start with our Masters of Global Management program first. So this is our 2-year flagship program. This is an in-person program offered in our downtown Phoenix campus. It is 16 to 21 months long and a great opportunity for those early or mid-career professionals. And we are offering a $30,000 scholarship for any Global Chamber member. Moving to the Masters of Leadership and Management, this is perhaps our most flexible program. It is 100% online. It can be completed in 1 year or up to 2 years, and excellent program for those working professionals. And we have a $10,000 scholarship for this one. And now moving into our 3 executive master's programs. So executive master's degrees are great for mid to career professionals, somebody with at least 5 years of experience, but we tend to see people with more than 10, with between 10 to 15 years of work experience in these executive master's programs. Our first one, Executive Masters in Global Affairs and Management. This program is a little bit unique because it's based in Washington, D.C. So ASU has a campus in Washington, D.C. I believe it's minutes away from the White House. It's a great location. And from that building, we offer this executive master's program that can be completed in 1 year. The way that it's designed is an individual can work their 9 to 5 Monday to Friday job, and classes are on the weekends, Fridays and Saturdays, with only 1 in-person class weekend. So basically, individuals will travel physically to Phoenix or Washington, D.C. once a month, and then the other month classes will be completed online. And then there's various global field seminar opportunities in the program. The Executive Masters of Global Management, you can think of this as an executive MBA. So this is the executive version of our flagship Masters of Global Management program. Similar to the Global Affairs program, it can be completed in 1 year. It is for those working professionals. The main difference is this program is exclusively based in Phoenix with those global field opportunities to travel internationally. In the past, classes have been to, I believe, Taiwan, they have been to Hong Kong, and one other location that I can't think of at the top of my head. The third Executive Master's program, this is our second newest program. This one has a focus specifically on space leadership, business, and policy. So we were the first school in the US and perhaps the world to have an accredited program looking at space leadership, business, and policy. So this is a great program for somebody, let's say, who is an engineer, somebody coming from a very technical background and is interested in transitioning into this exciting and growing industry, or maybe somebody who has worked in this industry for a very long time and is looking for that executive degree to really just establish themselves and then perhaps move up to a more senior position. Like the other 2 programs, it can be completed in 1 year, and it's offering a $20,000 scholarship. And then finally, I will speak about our doctorate of professional practice in global leadership and management. This program is really for those senior and experienced professionals, somebody who is an industry professional and maybe is interested in being a part-time lecturer. Maybe they want to be a guest lecturer at universities and colleges, but they don't want to go through that whole PhD tenure grind, which we know can be years and years. In this program, in 36 to 48 months, you can have that same credential to be able to go in as a guest lecturer. You can go into universities and colleges. Now, like I said, it's not similar to the PhD track, but it is great for somebody who, let's say, is at the end of their career, has a lot of knowledge, and then now wants to transition into a teaching career. The DPB program is an excellent opportunity for that. And this program has a $40,000 scholarship that we're offering. This one is 100% online, so very flexible. And there are opportunities to meet in person, but similar to the Masters of Leadership and Management, the doctorate program is made for those very busy professionals where you are not required to come physically to the US or to Phoenix. You can complete all the work from home. I will end my presentation very quickly, but before I sign off, I'm going to share one link where we are hosting a series of thought leadership webinars based around space leadership, and it is hosted by David Thomas. He's the program director of the program. It is free for anyone who's interested. I'll post the first link in the chat, and this can be a good glimpse of what it's like to be a potential student in the Executive Master's program. So I would encourage anyone to join and share within your network. And then I'll also upload this file that I'm sharing right now with my colleague's information, Katie Altersitz. And when you do connect with her, let her know that you are a Global Chamber member. You will get an application fee waiver, so you can apply for free. Then we will assess you for a scholarship package, and then it can be your decision if you want to start in the fall or not. Thank you. Thank you for your time. I hope you have a nice day.
Thank you, Danish. Any questions or any comments? And I would like to add that we are partnering with Thunderbird also for our Young Global Leaders program, and so we have a team in Africa who's doing a program there, and will be facilitating as part of the 100 million learners initiative, facilitating some courses for students in Nigeria. So that's great. As you said, Thunderbirds everywhere, and that's a good number of our network around the world are T-Birds. So that's been a really great partnership. Thank you, Danish. All right, so I would like to now give some time to Rhonda Bowen. Rhonda, I know you were talking to Doug at the beginning about your upcoming trip and the event you will be participating in. It would be great to learn more about that, Rhonda, and of course learn more about you for those of you who are meeting you today.
Well, thank you very much, Cesar. Nice surprise. I look forward on July 8th to 11th to go flying to Geneva, Switzerland. I've put the link in the chat. If you need it again afterwards, I can tell you that as well. This is the United Nations AI for Good Summit, which is taking place for the 8th time this year. And last year I attended as well. It was 2 days of conference. This year it's 4 days. And for any of you who would like to attend, you can do so online for free. You will see everything live streamed from the center stage. If you would like to have any specific information about any of the exhibitors who are there, when you look at the link, you'll be able to see that there's a section on the exhibitors. I am offering a service for anybody who sees an exhibitor on the page that you would like to be connected with. I will go to send me an email. I will go to the stand and actually speak to somebody and get the name of a person for you and then connect you after the event. So anybody who is really interested in knowing the great things that are going on with AI, not the fear-mongering things, the wonderful things. This is a fantastic conference. I loved it last year, and that's why I'm going back, and love to be able to support you. As I said, just click on the link in the chat, then go to the exhibitor section and send me an email about which ones you would like me to connect with, and I will get back to you. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, please let me know.
Thank you, Rhonda. Are you connected to Frank Lever?
Yes, I am. Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Okay.
Yes, we're connected. Thank you. Yeah.
Perfect. And any question for Rhonda? And then I would like to open up, Doug. Are you still there, Doug? You have any comments? Any questions?
No, that sounds good. I thought I had put that event on our calendar, the AI for Good Global Summit, July 8th through 11th in Geneva. Highly recommend that one. Thank you, Rhonda. Appreciate it.
All right. So now I would like to open up for anyone who would like to introduce themselves or bring up any particular opportunity. We still have a couple minutes left, so it would be great to hear from other members as well.
Oh, okay. So that's the end of the program.
Yeah, because two of the members didn't join, so that's why we.
Okay, Mr. Pappas, we got it. We'll circle back with him. He's had a busy week. Bill Edwards is in the room. Bill, did you are you available to say hi and also just to give us an update on what's going on in trade right now? Bill is 50 years of trade experience. He's actively engaged with 40 different countries and giving economic analysis for companies as they're landing around the world and where to go. And you can check that out every 2 weeks in his update. What's going on, Bill?
Oh, it's pretty quiet out there, Doug. Just kidding. No, we actually are living in far too interesting times. As Doug knows, I have a role as an advisor to the U.S. Trade Representative, and there are currently 18 framework agreements under negotiation that are supposed to be finalized within the next several weeks. We'll see. I think the word is inshallah. We'll see whether that happens or not, but there's an awful lot of very interesting things going on that as far as trade agreements with the U.S., and these are not, as most people think, focused on tariffs. They're focused on non-tariff barriers, largely, because there are an immense number of non-tariff barriers to American companies in other countries, and that's the real focus. You hear it. You hear the news, it's tariffs, but it really is the non-tariff barriers. So we'll see what's going to happen in the next month or so on those, because it'll have an impact on doing business worldwide for American companies, which is what my company exports U.S. franchises into other countries. So we're very much concerned about other countries wanting our brands. And it's interesting times, Doug.
For sure. Who else would like to comment either about what you're doing or things you're seeing in the market? We've got about 10 minutes.
I would like
Doc.
to, yeah,
Oh,
no, go
sorry.
ahead. No, go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Tamer. Go ahead, please.
Okay, well, let me go ahead very quick then. As you know, my name is Tamer Flores. By the way, I'm married for 28 years and have 3 grown-up children, and I have 3 grandchildren. So I work as international growth specialist. And with Bizigo, I specialize in 2 things. One is streamlining international growth from and to the USA. And I'm always devising innovative and straightforward solutions and new things, innovative things. And I serve my clients by becoming part of their team as a global growth executive. So I'm not a consultant that just tell them what to do, but I participate on the execution. And the second thing I do is I have created an AI application for matching and connecting startups with their ideal investors in an organic way, which is working really great. So if you know of anyone that is a startup that is looking for funds, maybe we can, I can help them. So international growth executive and funds for startups. Please connect with me if you're interested. And I see that Rhonda has her hand up. I don't know if it is for me or for later. So
Thank you, Tamer, and Jennifer is interested to connect there in the chat. And Rhonda, yeah, you raised your hand, but I think it was before.
Yeah, but I just wanted to say that since we had such a wonderful gentleman talking to us today from Thunderbird, I found an AI newsletter that I work with, and I just put in the chat SoftBank's 1 trillion AI plan between the semiconductor manufacturing company from Taiwan that will be taking place in Arizona. So just thought it might be interesting for people to know since we've had someone speaking from Thunderbird today.
Thunderbird has a strong relationship with TSMC, and when we did our semiconductor summit, the 4th annual one in February, it's hosted by Thunderbird, and they facilitated a conversation that we could have with Stan Shi, who is the founder of Acer and is on the board of TSMC. And it's probably a little bit hard for, I think we didn't end up posting it, but it's an hour-long interview between Mr. Shi and the interviewers are myself and Frances Tesmer, who's from Germany and is one of the most amazing global icons that I personally know. She's on our global board, and we just had a fun time asking about Taiwan and Taiwan, China, and women in business and TSMC and the semiconductor industry. So there is a blog post about that. He is an iconic leader, perhaps the most important business leader in Taiwan ever. And that got facilitated by Thunderbird. It goes to how amazing Thunderbird is, 77, 78 years being in existence and the #1 international trade school. So thank you, Rhonda. It's great to highlight.
So great thing now for you to move on to go to SoftBank, yeah, as your next partner. Mm-hmm.
Great idea.
Thank you, Rhonda. And I wanted to mention and highlight a series of events that we're going to be doing on Brazil. And I've been behind the planning and execution of that. And it's starting on Monday. And it's going to be divided in 3 different sessions. One is the general economic overview of the country. The second one is going to be more in cross-cultural and marketing. And the third one is going to be more in chemicals and an actual example of a foreign company doing business there. And I would like, I see Milton. Milton is one of the speakers. Actually, Milton, I think you're part of the third and last one. But if you have a minute, Milton, to introduce yourself and maybe give us an update on Brazil as a sneak peek of what's coming up.
Sure, Caesar. Thank you for that. Yes, and you know, I miss the talks from Brazil or even Latin America on here. It's good to be global, but I'm also, you know, pulling, you know, the business to Brazil and Latin. Always pointing out that we have great opportunities here. And aside to that, you know, we're more niche, which is my area of business for pharma, chemicals, food, cosmetics, etc. So I think it'll be a great opportunity for all the teams to hear a lot from the other business, not only the ones that I'm raising the hand, you know, and trying to to pull the business back to me, but also to give the scenario on how Brazil is doing. And by the way, we are doing very well. If you see the numbers, aside to the inflation, I think a lot of business are coming to Brazil right now with all this uncertainty around the world. So I think it's a great time to understand better, you know, what is happening in Brazil, the opportunities, and also to interface with some stakeholders and players that are already being here and already participate on that. Brazil is not for amateurs, as we say here, but when you know people and you know your pathway, you'll be successful for sure. It's like we said on the Global Chamber, we need partners locally, and when we do, we can move along.
Thank you, Milton. And yes, we'll have people from HR, law, accounting. So it's going to be covering all the bases. So if you are interested in the country or you know someone in the network that is interested in Brazil, send them to this series. Then we have so next week we also have a really big event. And Doug, I don't know if you want to comment on the Altos Bank event on Wednesday.
If any of you are in the Bay Area, in Los Altos, California, right near Palo Alto, we're helping with the global launch of Altos Bank. Altos Bank is the brainchild of several amazing leaders, one of whom is Dr. Sanjeev Kagram, who, again, going back to Thunderbird, was the CEO for 7+ years and really architected the revival of Thunderbird. He began his term with Thunderbird having some challenges, and they ended up getting acquired by Arizona State University, and they're not only doing well, they're thriving, and they're growing internationally under his leadership, and now Charla's leadership as well. But Dr. Kagram is from Uganda originally. His father was a banker. They were kicked out of Uganda with Idi Amin's regime, but banking has always been in Sanjeev's bones. And so he's now the vice chair of the board of Altos Bank, which is intended to be a better Silicon Valley bank, is the kind of the vision of it. It's the first bank in California, community bank, to be formed in the last 20 years. And so on Wednesday, the 25th in the afternoon at the bank, Global Chamber is hosting an event. It's mostly a VC global connected group of folks. And so we've got actually some of our global board leaders going to be there, including Dr. Kagram and James Huang, and an extraordinary AI, probably the preeminent AI leader in healthcare, Tatiana Kanzavelli, who's not only on our Global Chamber San Francisco board, but also on our Global Council of Ambassadors globally. So that's on the 25th. It's on the calendar. And if you need any help or like some more information, please let me know. Thanks, Cesar, for allowing me to mention that.
Sure. Thank you. And thanks everyone. Stephen, always, Adam and Habib. So thank you for your time. It's been great. I apologize for the mismanagement. I really thought I saw David Aguilar. So that's why it was a little bit faster in the presentations. But I'm gonna follow up. Hopefully we can have David next time. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna stop the recording as the official ending of the event, but I'm gonna keep the room open in case anyone wants to jump in and chat a little bit. And I'll be taking some notes from the Zoom AI. And well, hopefully you all have a great weekend and see you in the next time.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Jim. Appreciate it.